It was the night of October 31st, and the air was thick with the scent of fallen leaves and the promise of mischief. The moon hung high in the sky, casting an eerie glow over the quiet neighborhood. Jack, a 12-year-old boy with a penchant for adventure, was buzzing with excitement. This Halloween was going to be different. He had a plan. Jack had spent weeks preparing for the night. He had decorated his house with cobwebs, plastic skeletons, and a life-size witch that cackled when you walked past. But his piece de resistance was the haunted basement. He had convinced his friends that it was the perfect place for a Halloween scare. They had all agreed to meet at his house after trick-or-treating to explore the basement and share ghost stories. As dusk fell, Jack donned his vampire costume, complete with a cape and fangs. His friends, Sarah, Mike, and Lily, arrived, each dressed in their own spooky attire. They filled their bags with candy and shared laughs, but as the night wore on, the atmosphere shifted. The wind howled outside, and the trees creaked ominously.
Let's go to the basement.
Jack suggested, trying to keep the energy high. The others hesitated, glancing at each other nervously. The basement was dark and rumored to be haunted at least according to the local legends.
Are you sure?
Sarah asked, her voice wavering.
What if it's really scary?
Jack waved his hand dismissively.
Come on, it's just for fun. I'll go first.
With a flick of the switch, the basement light flickered on, revealing a cluttered space filled with old boxes and forgotten toys. Jack led the way down the creaky stairs, the others following closely behind. As they reached the bottom, the light bulb above them flickered again, casting long shadows that danced on the walls.
Okay, let's tell some ghost stories.
Mike said, trying to lighten the mood. As they settled in a circle on the cold concrete floor, Jack began, weaving a tale about a ghost that haunted the neighborhood, seeking revenge on those who disturbed its resting place. The others listened intently, their eyes wide with fear and excitement. Just as Jack was reaching the climax of his story, the light bulb above them flickered one last time and went out, plunging them into darkness. A collective gasp filled the air.
Jack, did you do that?
Lily whispered, her voice trembling.
No, I swear.
Jack replied, trying to sound brave.
It must be a power outage.
Suddenly, they heard a loud thump from the far corner of the basement. The sound echoed, sending chills down their spines. The friends exchanged terrified glances.
Maybe it's just the wind.
Mike suggested, but his voice lacked conviction.
Let's check it out.
Jack said, his curiosity getting the better of him. He pulled out his phone and turned on the flashlight, illuminating the dark corners of the basement. They crept toward the source of the noise, hearts pounding in their chests. As they approached, they saw an old, dusty mirror leaning against the wall. It had fallen over, and Jack felt a wave of relief wash over him.
See? Just the mirror.
But as they turned to leave, the basement door slammed shut with a deafening bang. The friends screamed, their voices echoing in the confined space. Panic set in as they rushed to the door, but it wouldn't budge.
Jack, what do we do?
Sarah cried, her eyes wide with fear.
Stay calm.
Jack shouted, trying to sound authoritative.
We'll just push it open together.
They all pushed against the door, but it held firm. Just then, a cold breeze swept through the basement, sending shivers down their spines. Jack's flashlight flickered, casting erratic shadows that seemed to dance around them.
Guys, I think we're not alone.
Mike whispered, pointing to the mirror. In its reflection, they saw a shadowy figure standing behind them, its face obscured.
Turn around.
Jack yelled, but as they did, there was nothing there, just darkness.
Let's go back to the mirror.
Lily suggested, her voice shaking.
Maybe it's a trick of the light.
They turned back, and to their horror, the figure in the mirror was now closer, its eyes glowing an unnatural red. Jack's heart raced as he realized this was no trick. The ghost stories had come to life.
Run!
Jack shouted, and they all scrambled toward the door, pounding on it with their fists. But the door wouldn't open. The figure in the mirror seemed to grow stronger, reaching out toward them. In a moment of desperation, Jack grabbed a nearby broomstick and swung it at the mirror. The glass shattered, and a wave